This is your 2012 special forecast brought to you by InsightfulAstrology.com. Pisces, in 2012, I have one question for you. Who do you think you are? That's not going to be an easy question to answer. That's because Neptune, the planet of elusive energy, the planet that has no boundaries, the planet of confusion, the planet of spirituality, and yes, the planet that rules you, is going to be in your sign after February 3rd. Neptune will remain here for many, many years, and everything that you thought was true about your identity will feel as if it's dissolving or eroding. So whoever you thought you were will begin to undergo a little bit of a shift. Do your best to link up as much as possible to the more benevolent, compassionate, and spiritual side of yourself, as well as the imaginative side of yourself. And do your best not to get lost in a personal relationship, because when it comes to love and relationships, Neptune in your first house could feel as if you are lost in emotion. In addition to this, Mars, the planet of action and energy, will be retrograde from January 23rd until April 13th in your partnership sector. So this adds another layer of frustration to relationships in the beginning of the year. You might have a conflict with a mate that you have to resolve. Maybe there's some hidden anger, some issue that you have not been able to close up. And during this retrograde cycle, it's coming back to haunt you and to force you to face. You and your partner might not feel as if you have enough energy to deal with it, but you will have to address it. In fact, if you don't work this out during the energy of Mars retrograde, what will happen is Mars will turn direct April 13th, and from April 13th until July 3rd, you'll find that you have more conflict than ever before between you and your partner. And instead of conflict when Mars is direct, wouldn't you much rather be using that energy for incredible makeup sex? I think so. Let's talk about work and career. That's also going to be a big area for you. On June 4th, there's a lunar eclipse in your 10th house of career, and there could be an amazing culmination to a project. You might receive an award, a promotion, an honor, and if things are not going the way they're supposed to in career, that could be a turning point where you decide it's time to move on and find something new. Jupiter will be in your 3rd house of communication and contracts until June 11th. And the reason why I'm tying that into work and career is because combined with that eclipse on June 4th, you might be working out a contractual matter that is to your best advantage in career. And so if you are doing this, just know that Jupiter wants to help you out. Then Saturn, the planet of restriction and limitation and lessons, will enter your 9th house of the legal world and also higher education after October 5th. This ties into career because you might feel restricted in moving up until you get some college credits under your belt or you get some kind of certification. There's a solar eclipse on November 13th that will amplify the Saturn energy in your 9th house. It could be back to school for many Pisceans out there, and if so, you might not be exactly thrilled about the prospect because you feel as if it would be a burden on top of what you already have to do. Try to embrace it and recognize that you're going to need that schooling to get some even better career rewards down the road. With money, Saturn will be in your 8th house of joint finances until October 5th. You are going to have to work out whatever tax matters, whatever joint financial matters, settlement issues, investment issues that have been haunting you for the past couple of years. Resolve them, get them out of the way. And between June 24th and September 19th, there are going to be 2 fierce Uranus-Pluto squares that are screaming, don't lend money to friends. You will regret it. Home and family. Venus will be retrograde in your home sector from May 15th until June 27th. There's a solar eclipse in your home sector on May 20th, highlighting this Venus retrograde. What does that mean? You are going back to resolve some issues with relatives. There might be some decorating issues that you're not happy with. Don't redecorate during this time, by the way. Don't do something new. You might not like it. You might think you're going to like it and then realize after the retrograde is finished, oh, what was I thinking? Painting the walls orange? Okay, just don't do it. But with Venus retrograde in your 4th house of home and family, there could be some matters to resolve with relatives as it pertains to your feelings of love and self-worth and even money. There is a lunar eclipse that will happen November 28th in your home sector that finalizes this stuff. And the good news is that Jupiter will enter your 4th house after June 11th. And by the time you get to July, all the good stuff will start to happen in home and family life. There will be an upsize, there's expansion, there might be a birth or some new developments in home and real estate matters for you. So Pisces, remember, in 2012, your big question is, who do you think you are? You might not have a big ego, but I do know you're going to answer that question with a lot of spiritual depth and honesty.